Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Blasphemous, where we are rocking some new fashion souls. We have a new aspect, I guess. I think that's what it's called. True apostasy that we have unlocked here with the Penitent One, and I love the crimson sword. The crimson appearance now of the Mea Culpa. Last time we beat the game. We reached credits for the first time, at least, as we did unlock ending B, the Path of the Unworthy, which honestly I'm still thinking about and digesting. Don't know exactly what to make of it all. Other than that, it didn't seem like a great ending. Feels like we could have done the Penitent One's path. Coming to that end didn't seem so great. So there probably is still, I mean, there's at least one other ending out there, and probably a true ending if I had to guess, or what is considered a true ending. Don't tell me, of course, as we've discussed before. Keep me in the dark still for the time being. But it was very exciting at least to reach that point, because now it's time to do some backtracking. There are still a lot of things for us to discover. There are some known mysteries. There are things on the map here that I have a very good idea of how we're going to solve them. We have the relic or ability necessary to access what I've marked, and there's others where I am not so sure. So we're going to see about things. The first thing we're going to do here is we're going to sit at the bench and heal up. I'm going to, for the sake of our wandering around and backtracking, I think what we're going to do is we're going to equip this this greedy Mea Culpa heart. Is this the one here? Where is the one that I am thinking of? There is one. Here we go. The Heart of the Holy Purge that increases our tears reaped, but prevents the use of bioflasks. We're going to give that a try. This could go horribly, but we're going to see how this works out. We have a lot of tiers now. We do have 29k tiers that we have stockpiled. Even with that, that's still not going to be enough to afford all the things that we can pay for eventually. Right now, we could buy, I guess, both of these Mea Culpa abilities, but we also have Quicksilver that needs to be turned in still to Nacimiento, as well as an empty bioflask in our inventory. So there are more things. The power of our purse does not extend infinitely. And so we need to bring more tiers into the fold as we are walking around. So we're going to try to be a little bit greedy on that front, and perhaps test out in the process whether or not we are getting extra effect from these rosary beads that are supposed to work with empty bioflasks. I had wondered whether this was going to be an instance. We have no bioflasks. Does that count as empty? I guess maybe we'll find out. We're going to leave on our HP bar charm and do just a little bit of experimentation here. Yeah, last time was a blast. I really enjoyed the His Holiness's boss fight, His Holiness Escribar, and also Chrysanta. Both of those final bosses, if you will, were a lot of fun. I thought they were fun to take on, and I'm interested to see if experience with other games has shown me that there can be instances where perhaps that final boss encounter might be a little different depending on what you decide to do or what you are able to accomplish or acquire. Certain key items that one can acquire in order to do something different at the end. We'll see how all that goes. What I am going to do for this moment as we start our backtracking here, the first thing we're going to do is throw on this relic that lets us dive into the abyss. Bottomless abysses are now, if only I had been wearing this the last time that I tried to unsuccessfully maneuver these platforms, but now we get to go, whee! Oh, that was farther down than I expected. Okay, so interesting. I think I probably then needed to fall a little bit. So you can kind of pick. It does I think, keep track of where exactly you you fall. It's not just like in Hollow Knight, you would have, I think, one predetermined position that your character would fall through if you had one of those places to fall. But in this case, we'll have to test this out a little bit. We're going to actually do the fall here as well to test this out. Let's fall to the middle of the oh my god. Oh, interesting. I don't know that okay, that's where that goes. Gotcha. It just falls all the way through to the bottom. Okay, I don't think... It feels like all we did was we fell past these other openings that we already know about. The only opening that we're trying to get to that we have not done yet is this one where there is a chest at the end of the pathway. So, let's go back. Let's not sit at this bench. We want to use our awesome cheesy tactic of warping back through the menu. And now, I mean, we could... Well, maybe we're not actually supposed to fall here at all. Maybe we're supposed to go all the way over to this side and fall from here. Let's find out. No. Okay. Alrighty, well, that, I see. So, do we need to fall... Where do we need to fall, actually? Where do we... Maybe it's just further over. I like this technique that we have. I like the fact that we can do... warping back to the bench. We're figuring things out here on where exactly is the optimal... Let me try this. Let me just try this while we're here. Let's just try going as far to the right. No, never mind. I was wrong. I was wrong. It actually does cause the penitent one to fall through. Strike everything what I said from the record, because that was complete and utter fake news. I did not know what I was talking about. It looks like there are predetermined ball points. So it's really more about... Well, okay, we could do something much simpler here. We could move a little bit, because right now, what I had speculated before was that you were gonna have if you were in this particular grid square on the map, then you would fall into a predetermined point in this grid square, and that looks like that's what's happening. What happens though if we go over to this grid square? Now what happens? That's also a fall. We get to look forward to fighting another. I fall right and take shift damage from the enemy. How is that fair? Okay. All right. What we're, I think, learning here, or maybe we'll learn eventually, is the fact that we need to get over farther to the right. I should have sat at the bench there to get my health back. Let me actually do that. Let me get my health back, because maybe I'm going to need it. Because we are going to be fighting some enemies once we do fall to the right spot. There will be enemies to deal with, and I might be a little bit regretting the choice to roll with the Mea Culpa heart that I have decided to roll with. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know about this after all, actually. I also have to remember how to play the game, because it has been a little bit... It has been a... Why did I do that? Why exactly did I do that? What the hell was I thinking? What the hell was I thinking? I actually dodged through that enemy's attack. That was cool. Yeah, we got to get back in the flow of Blasphemous, because the rust accumulates very quickly with me. Let's see if we can do this. If we die, we die. It's not a big deal. We're not playing Elden Ring here. We don't have to worry about losing our tears if we die. We just have to get on with the show and fall at the right place. I think that might be here. No, yeah, because there's no place to fall. over on the other side. So now we fall, right? There it is. Okay, we finally made it to the right spot. Did I just hit a sus wall? I just hit a sus wall in the middle of battling this enemy. Didn't even realize it for a moment. Sus wall. Hey, it's been a while since we've had a sus wall. That's a cool one. And it's actually hiding a DLC time trial. Hello. Okay. That was unexpected. I do like the guitar music. The flamenco style, sort of guitar music that we're greeted with here. The Spanish guitar is so cool. And do I want to do this time trial right now is the only thing that I am wondering about. We'll get a refill on health, will we not? Let's give it a shot while we're here. We're in backtracking mode today. We're in backtracking mode, and one of the items on our to-do list is to get these, what I presume to be DLC time trials, out of the way. We have to do them eventually. I don't know that I have what I need to do, maybe switch up my charms a little bit here to give myself some increased run speed. That would be a good idea, probably. And we're probably not going to need to be attacking anything, so let's do that. And maybe longer distance on our slides, perhaps, but for now, we'll see if we can do that without longer distance on slides. We'll just try to do things in a somewhat... Just don't be a dingus, right? You don't have to completely min-max the shit out of these time trials. It's just don't be a dingus. Spoiler alert. He was a dingus. I gotta remember how to do, that could be one thing that we add, is the extra thrust in the air, which I think we learned during His Holiness fight does actually have an effect of giving us greater, hold on, greater, we're gonna relearn this. We're gonna figure this out here. Not that. Air impulse. Greater air impulse. I think that's what that charm does. Could be wrong. Okay. There we go. Oh, that goes down. Got it. It goes down, and this... Ah, I see. Okay. Okay. Where am I going from here? Where... Oh, this thing. It's the same platform. It's the same platform. Oh, no, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is a good... I picked a good time to not have access to flasks. Very smart of me. I don't know where I'm going. Please... okay, all right. So far, this is working out, even though I am taking some silly chip damage here, which is probably gonna get me killed. Okay, so we do that and then ride this. Okay, I think I'm seeing. I don't know why I didn't take damage from that there. I really need to have a flask here. Why do I have this Mea Culpa heart on? This is the worst possible choice going into one of these time trials, but you know, to be fair, I didn't know that's what I was doing. How? Okay. We're so about to die here, but all right. I thought I had to jump over the one below me. This is like extra challenge mode here, guys. Can we do this? Not just beating the time, but beating the no healing. Okay, all right. Strike that one from the record. Pretend that one didn't happen. Strike it from the record. Come on. I hit. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna review this just to be sure I'm doing this right. Because hold on, we've done it though a couple times already. Air impulse, X, which is square for me, because I'm actually using a PlayStation controller. Square. That's what I was hitting, was it not? Am I actually hitting the PlayStation X by accident? I think maybe I'm hitting X too late. Or no, I think what I'm doing is the mistake that I've made before. You have to have the air impulse. It doesn't seem to work. It definitely doesn't work as well, it seems, if you are falling or you're descending, I should say. So you kind of have to have a little bit of, yeah, a little bit of ascendancy still. If you have started drifting downwards, it's not gonna work as well as you'd like it to. Shit! Like that. Just like that. Okay. Damn it. I'm like, I don't have the right timing on that platform there, I don't think. Like, it feels like I don't want to wait for that second energy orb to go past me. That was fortunate. Wow, I'm really missing this air impulse. And you have to have it. It's there's no way around it. It is a required technique here. Should I equip that one toe bead? Does it like make the air impulse easier? Because wow, I'm like missing it more than half the time. We're gonna put on the toe bead just in case that somehow makes it easier. Because I actually don't need, well, let me think about this. I don't need, let's do, definitely don't need this. We don't need either of these greed charms. What am I thinking? We don't need those at all. So we could give ourselves both of these toes. There we go. Both toes. Bring them on. Maybe that will solve my problems. We can only hope. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think you're supposed to actually just do that. There you go. So now, did I make a mistake of getting off? I think that charm is actually helping us. I think that charm definitely aids in the air thrust, whatever you want to call it. The air impulse. We just looked it up. We know what to call it. We know the terminology, even if I can't stop getting hit like a dingus. Okay, this is new. No. We made it here before, but we were like almost dead. So we're in a little bit better shape. If I can remember where the orbs are to dodge here. There we go. Okay. Almost. Boy, this one moves so slowly. So slowly. God damn it, no. Oh my god. And you know what? These probably, we could probably, okay. That was so fucking bad. Okay. Oh, I see. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. Okay, I think I'm figuring this out. I think. One hit, 1 HP and a prayer. Oh my god, this is horrible. This is horrible. I have to go under. Holy shit, I have to go under. Oh my... I was not high enough. Okay, so I really should not be using this Mea Culpa hard. This is the dumbest thing ever. But what we're gonna do here is I am going to give myself... I definitely do not... Why do I have the vital essence of enemies on still? What we could do, I think... I'd like to think that these are magic attacks. That we are... magic damage that we are having to face off against here. So let's try giving ourselves some magic damage protection. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, some silly hits here. I think that toe charm does make it easier to do this air impulse. That's gotta be what makes sense, right? Because I don't think I've failed yet since I've had this famous last words here. But so far... Well, okay, that was me just walking. That's what I was doing at the beginning of the playthrough. I was just walking off every random ledge that I could. Like, a couple of these hits here and there, not the end of the world, you know? The little chip damage from some of these are fine. It's the magic orbs that are a bit hairier. Let's do significantly more damage, so we'd like to avoid those as much as possible. I jumped the gun. Too anxious. Okay, don't jump the gun. Don't just randomly walk off the ledge. I don't really probably don't even need to grab there. Fuck. It's the bottom one that counts. It's the bottom one that counts. I had just completely forgotten how that one worked. We got stuck a little bit longer there in a holding pattern, and that threw off the timing that we had previously. We can actually avoid the damage there if we fall a little bit, a couple pixels to the right. What do you know? Okay, I thought I might have jumped the gun. Fine. We're fine. Everything is good. Everything is awesome. No! Everything is fine. Fuck. I'm hesitating, and hesitation is defeat. You can actually just stay in one place. But now I'm so far behind because I missed the... Oh, man, if you miss that bottom platform, it's so punishing. But maybe we can still make this. I don't know. Maybe we can still do it. Just... Oh, my God, these hits, though. My upswing is not happening sometimes when I'm just standing still. I think I'm doing an upswing. Like I'm pressing up on the joystick and swinging, or at least I think I am, but it's not registering. Yeah, we need to be at a little bit higher health when we get to this point. This is could be making things a little bit easier on ourselves. Fuck. You can jump down through... Oh my god. I was trying... All I wanted to do... Okay. I was trying to duck under that second set of projectiles, and then I realized I wasn't going to be able to duck under it, and so I jumped, but I was still holding down, and apparently those platforms are ones that you can jump. You can do the jump down through them technique. Why that's a thing, I don't know. But it is. Today I learned. Okay, this one, let's just not hesitate. If we take an extra hit or two, it's fine. Just don't hesitate. You know, make sure you get that before it goes away, because otherwise you lose so much time. And then if we can avoid the dingus hits through that section, even better. Dang, how do you avoid that one? Come on. Fucking A, man. Oh my god. Still so sloppy. My ability to control the penitent one sometimes on ladders. I jumped. I jumped. And now, okay. All right. Okay. I think I am calling an audible on this. We are coming back. It's close to a portal. It is close to a fast travel portal. We're coming back to this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm reaching a point. I'm reaching a point of a little bit of frustration. So we're going to move on with our lives, check our relics, and see what we have going on here. I think this is fine. This is fine. We're just gonna ignore this guy. And now, okay, now we have the path that has been built across via the tongues and the vines. There we go. Okay, now we're talking. And now I just need to refresh myself on the pattern against this dingus. Yeah, it's the spinning attack, right? If he gets himself into the spinning attack, then he's open to getting stunned if we're quick enough, that is. Now we can retech our rosary beads now to deal with actual enemies. So let's do that. I am okay with, we don't need the extra thrust now in the air, and we don't need the increased dodging distance, I don't think. I'd actually prefer to stay closer to the enemy. And we will give ourselves increased damage resistance. And we will increase our attack. And we'll give ourselves the HP bar here as well. Do I need... not magic resistance here. We actually want the greater lightning resistance. There we go. I think that is a perfectly solid build. Perfectly fine build. I wasn't close enough to finish my combo attack. I am not starting that soon enough, am I? We're actually knocking him away a little bit, which is kind of annoying. He's not as vulnerable as I remember him being after this. I thought we were able to get a full, like, completely... I thought we were able to completely stun lock him after this, but okay. All right, so fine. We're not dead. We're not dead, and it does feel like we are taking much reduced damage compared to previous encounters against that enemy. Okay, have we reached the chest? We have. What have we acquired? What amazing prize have we won? We have the Cante Jondo? Cante Jondo of the Three Sisters, a song incapable of resounding in any human throat. There was never a voice able to intone this prayer, which tries in vain to emulate the rumbling of the colossal inverted iron spiral. This sounds so amazing. It's Cyclopean. The description is just so epic, right? It's Cyclopean roar. That's a great. Destroys organs and shatters bones, gravely harming nearby enemies. Well, we have to equip that. Are you kidding me? So nobody can hear this, but it absolutely just makes the enemies shatter to pieces. Can't wait to see this in action. Liberated, you three prayed as one. Liberated, you three pleaded as one. Liberated, you three were born as one. Free and holy of grace divine, you are no longer three, you are now one. Okay, okay. So that's great. Great pickup. We can now take that off of the map. Step one, or item one in our list of backtracking has been procured. Let's go ahead and do the bench warp one more time, because now what I want to do before we go ham, before we really dive in full-throated to the backtracking, what I do want to, the first place that we need to go is we need to see if we can offer this this sooty garlic. I suppose we could make a little bit of a pit stop at Albero. Just, I don't think there's going to be anything new here, but let's just check with all of our NPCs very briefly to make sure. But I have a suspicion that maybe this quest item, the sooty garlic, which I thought was going to be a turn into Tirso. We actually had a few more bones to turn in. Okay, and that nets us some tears. Nice. Nice, more tears, more better. We need, oh my god, as many tears as we can. We've got stuff to buy. Jesus Christ, that was like 10k tears.
The Brotherhood of the Bones is about to be completed. Do not falter now, penitent one.
Oh, fear not, fear not. All the bones we shall get. I have complete confidence. You, on the other hand, I don't know. You got a bit of a too much of a surplus of ash, and it looks like it's a bit of a problem for you. So, but you know, if you're as long as you're sending tears our way, I'm not complaining. There's a voice still as well that we have to deal with. I'm kind of holding off on focusing my attention on Isadora until we are fully powered up. I kind of really want to get all of the things before we think about taking on Isadora, because it feels like that kind of a fight. Okay, doesn't feel like there's anything. Appears to be nothing new. Their donations is another thing that we have the option to donate more, do we not? I don't want to donate now. Confessor. Right. We have the option of confessing our guilt here, but I feel like there's probably more still to unlock with the church there. Although it could just be nothing more than cosmetics as a way to kind of like, you know, show once you have purchased all of the necessary things in the game, now we'll give you the option to just tithe your money away and get, you know, useless paintings in return. That could be a thing as well. We'll find out what turns out to be the case.
Bring me anything.
Nothing new with any of our NPCs here. So let's head to the tree where we may be able to offer this sooty garlic. Okie dokie. Do we have something to offer? We don't. We don't have anything to offer. That's a bit disappointing, I must say, because we still have 2 relics. There are 2 relics somewhere that need to be found, and I don't know where to find them. So hopefully they're going to turn up in, well, there's a lot of backtracking to do, and there's a lot of places that maybe I don't have marked that I'm going to be revisiting, and maybe there's something new. There's NPCs that appear in different places. Maybe one of them is somewhere in the world that we need to interact with. Who knows exactly what needs to be found? But at this point, I'm going to turn my attention to methodically backtracking through the world to try to find those things. And hopefully we find a relic in the process, because this is, you know, I want to have all the abilities. I want to be able to go to all the places. It really feels like there's a double jump that we are somehow missing. I could be wrong about that. I could be very wrong about so many things. But yeah, I'm going to be backtracking, and this will be an episode that will probably have a lot of cutting and splicing of me in different locations. Hopefully finding some exciting stuff. In fact, I think one of those spots was right down here that, like, we theoretically could fall down into the abyss here as well. But let's go down the ladder first so I can remind myself. What was there to do in this? Because some of these places, it doesn't make any sense to fall through the abyss because we're just falling into places that we've already been. So this is one of those rooms where it doesn't feel like we would be uncovering anything new. But I did have Child of Moonlight marked here. Am I able to access this Child of Moonlight now? Or do I still need a double jump for this thing? Or did I never need a double jump from the get-go? Did I just need to jump over here and do... I feel like I'm a little bit far away. Maybe I just never needed a double jump. I just need to be better at jumping. Now, I will say, I am wearing this, I'm not. Never mind. I thought I was wearing the wheel. The Young Mason's wheel, which is not, I need to have that on. Why do I not have that on? I guess I had the HP bar still on because I was doing some testing. I was doing some testing as I was running back to the offering tree here, and it does look like we are getting a slight bit more damage from this this token of appreciation, given the fact that our bile flasks are not on the screen. So there you go. I guess I didn't even need. I just needed to be better at jumping. Okay, Child of Moonlight acquired. But I have a feeling though that there are like this in. Never mind. This, okay, so I have this green marker. That's a good thing I came back to check this room. This green marker, I've used it in two different ways. I've used it to symbolize times when we need the vines. Those guys are still hitting me at every turn. What else is new? I think we have a new bead. Okay, yeah, I thought that this was a... Oh, there's actually an abyss to fall through here. Okay. Yeah, we can take this green marker off the screen. Some of these, though, I think are indicating places where I think I need a double jump. Like here and here. But this one was one similar to this marker where I think we need the vine tech. All right, what have we acquired? Pelican Effigy. Bead made of forged copper coated in a dense aquamarine patina. The pelican fed its children with its blood. Awesome. Protects the wearer from all harm while they drink from the bile flask. Oh, shit. Oh, so the panic drinks protects them from all harm. That's okay. That's some nice new protection. Ideally, you want to drink at the right times when you're not getting attacked. But hey, when you're in a new stressful scenario, that might be just the thing that you need to bail you out. Okay. Cool bead option. We got so many more beads to find. Let's try falling through the world here. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of rooms like this where it just gets us back to some location that we've been before. Now that, it may be a good idea for me to go back to a lot of these locations and do just like 100% thorough backtrack, which is probably what I'm going to be doing here, which is going to take me a while, but we'll edit and cut to the good stuff and cut out everything that doesn't matter. One thing I suppose I can do, I I think I was planning on doing this and I just forgot, is let's unlock a new Mea Culpa ability. Even if we can't afford everything just yet, we're getting pretty close to it now, actually. The things that we can buy at this point. Let's get this final upgrade for our Holy Wrath into, I guess, Sinful Wrath into Holy Wrath into Wrath of the Twisted One. Increases the power of Mea Culpa over its capabilities, releasing the excess further away from the blade and damaging everything in its path. I want to see what this looks like. So let's get at least one of these upgrades. Try it out. It actually does release almost like a Grubberfly's Elegy arc. Oh man, so it's turning this into a ranged move? Okay, this might be, I don't know if this is gonna be the new go-to attack, but I am going to certainly try to utilize this as much as possible as soon as we find some enemies to try this out against. I can't wait to see it in action. What I'm also kind of excited about here, as we are back near the start of the game, I don't actually think I need to backtrack through this little gauntlet. I don't think there would be anything in here besides candles to destroy. I can't imagine they would put an NPC in here that I would need, because the whole purpose of this little area was just this little gauntlet that we needed to progress Redento's little story arc, or his walk of, not really walk of shame, but his walk of penitence, his own little walk of the genuflectors. That's what they're called. I had to think, what is the name of his little crew? The genuflectors and their humble ways. But we're back here in the start. I'm gonna keep the bench that I just banked near, which is near the Rosary Bead, Soledad, and also a fast travel portal. It's a nice little hub to come back to as needed. But what I was excited about, though, is checking there are some drop downs up here that could, now that we are able to fall into the abyss, it's possible that there is some new stuff in the room that we started the game. Some stuff there that needs to be accessed. I forgot that platform goes away. The greediness in me wanted to get that little destructible, the destructible object, and get my extra tears. Okay, yeah, this is the part here. Actually, it would probably be pretty smart to grab this pre-do, wouldn't it, to kind of save myself. Let's do that. Let's grab this one here to save myself some climbing back up to the top here. And now I'll make sure that I have I do have the Bottomless Abyss relic still engaged, although I kind of want to talk to this. Let me talk to this corpse again here, or get there. I saw the lady, the penitent one of gold and brocade, the one with the helmet whose visor shades her eyes as she watches the accursed and slowly setting sun. Gold and brocade. I think my read on this was that this was a reference to Perpetua, but I'm not sure. I do not know for sure. What color outfit was Chrysanta wearing? What color outfit did she have? Before we do any falling into bottomless abysses, I do want to go back over to the far side here. There was a door that was previously unopened, aka closed. This door is open. Oh my. Okay. Okay. We're going in here first. We got to do this first. Whatever. Oh no, there might be a fight actually. There actually might be a fight. I see a mace here. Whoever's in this room has got to be who that corpse was talking about. The purple petals. That's not Esdras, is it? And then who is next to him? Oh my God. This is the lady. This is the lady from the start of the game, where we got our sword. She's the one who plunged Mea Culpa into her chest, isn't she? Whoa, I was totally not expecting this. Who is this person? With the big pointy hat. I kind of want to look again at the title screen. The title screen? The main menu. Because I'm wondering if that is who this is. I think I had thought that about Chrysanta. This isn't Chrysanta, is it? Let's talk.
The hands hewn in the gold of Chrysanta's helmet eschew the glare of the truth that you must understand.
The hands hewn in the gold of Chrysanta's helmet. The hands... I think this is who we see on the main menu. Because aren't there... Gosh, I want to see the image again now, but there are hands that are part of that helmet, aren't there? Eschew the glare of the truth that you must understand.
Her faith will never let this light pass. Not even you believed in her.
Also, is this Esdras? It's been so long since we've seen him. Like, I don't remember if he was wearing red like this.
The hands hewn in her faith.
What the L?
The severed crimson bindings now reveal my agony. They are uneasy to see you, the architect of sacrilege, here at the end of this bitter, somber, and desolate path. His Holiness, our Father, awaits you under the marble of his white deambulatory. He will achieve that which my bandaged sword could not. He will leave you on your knees in the ashes of the holy tree that once burned.
Okay, there is so much being revealed here. This is so unexpected. What the fuck?
He will lay his merciful hand on your forehead, sanctifying the end of your blasphemy.
Wow. So I guess we could have come straight here after beating Chrysanta, and this door would be open. Does she say the same thing again?
Leave me alone with these lies, with the chimera, with the delirium of my own pain.
I was really hoping she would repeat all that because there's a lot to digest there. Gonna have to look over that dialogue again. But she was counting on His Holiness to take care of business against us. I mean, we obviously we beat the boss, we beat His Holiness, but we didn't exactly get what we wanted afterward, right? Maybe we just ended up in a pile of ashes like she said we were going to.
Leave me alone with these lies.
The chimera.
The hands hewn in the gold of Chrysanta's helmet. Her faith will never...
Wow. Okay. I don't know if there's anything that anything that we need to do here per se, besides talking to the NPCs. That is a really a fascinating and also puzzling discovery. Let me see if they're still here. I imagine they would be.
The hands hewn her faith.
What will we do to...
Leave me alone with these lies.
Interesting. Okay. That is something else. So, Chrysanta? What? Huh. I'm just definitely in a state of bewilderment. Because now what do we do about this? What do we do about this? Because it feels like this would be definitely, if there is a true ending, or some other way to alter the ending that we achieved already, it would sure seem like that is connected to it. Speaking with those NPCs would be one step in that process. It would have to be, right? Aha! Aha! There is another ledge more to this initial room being overseen by the humongous twisted one in the back. Charm? Crown of gnawed iron. It is indeed a rosary bead. An engagement ring, forged in iron and blackened from the many times it was cast into the flames. The teeth of 3 jaws lovingly form its miniature crown-like shape. The combination of spite and desire lends it power, increasing the fervor generated by the penitent one's attacks. Okay, all right, we can get more fervor just from attacking enemies. That feels like that might be a better... I often like to use this hollow pearl to get some extra fervor going, but this would be more useful, I think, because enemies are always around the corner, and you don't necessarily always have destructible items around every bend. Was there more? Okay, the map has filled in now. Let's go back up to the pre-do, and we're gonna, in addition to trying to collect all the things, we want to unveil all sections of the map. So we have to not just fall to that one. I don't think there may be nothing else in the room, in that initial starter room. There may be nothing else to find, but we have to see. We have to find out if there is. What else maybe there is, or if there's nothing, unveil that final square of the map. There we go. So is this... Okay, this is just counted as Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow. Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow. Chrysantha does have the big pointy hat, similar to us, but it's different. I just did the thing that I said I wanted to do a moment ago, which was exit to the main menu. That's got to be Chrysantha, doesn't it? Like, the pixel art, the whole pixel art thing doesn't really... It's just a little bit tough to tell, but the fact that Esdras was talking there about the hands, right? The hands around the helm. It sure looks like this is Chrysantha. So she is the one, or at the very least, her armor set is pictured here, but it sure seems like this would be her. And, now that I'm looking at the background, I had this image in my head that the thing in the background, the altar there by the stained glass window, I kind of thought it was like a little baby. I guess I had that idea in my head with these the children of the moonlight flying around. That's our little menu cursor or whatever that we have here. I just thought in my mind when I first started the game, oh, it's kind of like this little baby icon that we've got for the menu options. But now I think that actually might be... We might have a name for her, and I need to review my lore notes, if we've had a name that's given for the Mea Culpa lady at the beginning, who tries to absolve her guilt by plunging in Mea Culpa to her chest. But I think that's actually her pictured as well, and that's the scene, right? This little chapel over here is actually what is depicted on the main menu. What do you know? Okay, what exactly do we do about that? Not sure yet. Remains to be seen exactly what the next step is with that questline. But what a great discovery. A great start to our backtracking here. Now, another place that I had wondered about, if maybe it would have some similar sort of progression, where there's a closed door that just automatically opens at some point, was this area. This seemed very this seemed to stand out. This doorway here. So I have a question mark on the screen. But it does not appear as though it's definitely not open. And it doesn't, we can't interact with it. So there's still a clue here from this corpse. I hear footsteps up above me beyond the roots. I hear irregular, raspy breathing from behind the rock. I hear the worms nearby slithering towards me. Beyond the roots. Still don't get that clue. I don't know what you're referring to. That was an unintentional rhyme, but what do we make of it all? Is there a plunging attack somewhere that we are supposed to... Slithering behind... Like, is this the rock that they're talking about? And if so... Slithering. Never mind. No, I hear the worms nearby slithering towards me. The worms nearby slithering towards me. Irregular, raspy breathing. It feels like there's something to do here, but I don't know what it is. There have been some cryptic puzzles, somewhat cryptic puzzles in this game, some of which I have been able to figure out so far, but others that I'm a little stumped by. I don't even know if this is one of them, though. But it just, you know, there's a very notable door here that feels like it could open. And it makes me wonder. Feels like this is sus. Oh, get donked. Okay, yeah, that is pretty fun. That, they're only the dinky little nothing enemies here, but it's still pretty fun to hit them with this sweet new ability. The range on this thing is so nice. Oh my gosh. Cuts them down. Would be tailor-made for a double jump. Absolutely tailor-made for a double jump. And that's another reason why I was kind of disappointed by the fact that we were not able to offer anything. That sooty garlic was not an offering at the offering tree. Sad to see that was the case, because we had, I think, that's how we got access to these 3 gnarled tongues. We had the egg of deformity. The egg of deformity that we were able to, you know, we were able to offer it and get that item to hatch. That was a thing that we did. And it made me think that maybe the sooty garlic is supposed to be this really important relic-related item. Now I'm not so sure. This was another spot here. One of these elevator shafts that does have a bottomless abyss that should lead us to a new path. Now we can do it. I went to the wrong side, though. Damn it. Can we fix this? Yes, we can. Let's go. Now, interestingly, there is still part of this path that is blocked to us. Interesting. We've got the vine here, but then this path... How do we get to the other side? Is that part of this path? Perhaps. So there may have been multiple ways to access this particular opening here. Oh, what is this? What do I see here? I see what looks like 3 different portraits of enemies. We've got the guy in the middle is the little Minotaur spear thrower guy that we were just seeing back in the Mountains of the Endless Dusk. We've got the guy who's close to us here, who we've seen in a few different spots. I think most recently in the wall of the Holy Prohibitions, who I always forget the name of that place. And then we got the big coffin knight over there on the left. And then we have somebody holding a golden cup. Oh, we can actually just interact with this? Okay. And we can just take it. All right. We've acquired a new item. Chalice of Inverted Verses. This is a quest item. Rusty iron cup of simple appearance. Its interior is embossed in lackluster silver and depicts rows of spiral verses which descend to the bottom. These rhymes speak of pagan beasts and forbidden fruit. Pagan beasts and forbidden fruit. Interesting, interesting. I'm wondering... Let's look at the lore. Let's read the lore first here. But Father, where are all the idols, paintings, and statues that the Mother has seized and banned? If they were inspired by the faith in our miracle, they should not have been destroyed, for it would be a grave sin. I don't know, dear son, but I would bet my faith that those underground galleries hide more than air. Okay, there is a bit of a clue there, I think. This is, I'm not totally sure what to make of this yet, but that, speaking of underground galleries, of course, does make me think of the level that we were just in not too long ago, right? The Sleeping Canvases. The Sleeping Canvases. Do we need to... There's a couple things that could be the case here. We might need to revisit the Sleeping Canvases. And I'm not sure. I would bet my faith that those underground galleries hide more than air. Where are the idols, the paintings, and statues that the Mother has seized and banned? The first thought that I had was, now that we've collected this quest item, do we need... Oh, that's where we met this coffin knight, isn't it? This coffin knight here, in fact, was in the Sleeping Canvases area, I think. But these other two enemies were not. Do we need, though, to go kill each of these enemies in order to... Now that we have this chalice, these rhymes speak of pagan beasts and forbidden fruit. Do we need to, like, fill the chalice with the blood of these enemies? Is that what we're doing here? I think that's what the first thing I will try. I'm going to test this out by going and killing one of these enemies and seeing if anything happens, or maybe if we come back here and these candles next to this portrait are lit, something like that. Let's test it out and find out. Aha! There it is. It says, Chalice of the Inverted Verses has been partially filled. Do I need to keep killing these guys? Or is it only that I need... Oh, look, the icon has changed. Okay, so... Did it say this before? I don't think it did. The cup... Right, the cup is partially filled with tears of atonement harvested by Mea Culpa. And I think in this case, it's harvested from a particular enemy. Because it was very clearly depicting these guys as one of those portraits. Okay, I think we're on the right track here. So we need to now go and find, I think, in the Wall of Holy Prohibitions, one of these, one of the other enemies. Interesting. Is it possible that we've got our horsey ride here to the Sorrows? Sorry, what am I saying? Sometimes I don't understand. I don't know the words that are coming out of my mouth. The Wall of the Holy Prohibitions. The horsey ride, except there is a foggy, bottomless abyss to the side. What happens if we jump down here? it takes us back to the entrance. Okay. It is like so many of these other drop-offs that actually don't really get us anywhere new. But okay, cool and good to know. Okay, this time we actually take the horsey ride, and we find this this second, the lion helm naked boy. If we make our way down here, there we go. There he is. I knew he was down here somewhere. I knew you were down here. Oh, I forgot about my cool new. I forgot about my cool new move. I got a long range attack now with my charge up. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're doing it. So we have partially filled up 2/3 of the way now, our Chalice of Inverted Verses. Let's see if we can get that last enemy, Coffin Knight, and we will head back to the Sleeping Canvases to do so. Wait a second. Wait a second. The Chalice, I missed that. There was a message on my screen. The Chalice has been emptied? Wait, what? Am I not allowed to? Wait a second. I already had warped a couple different times and the Chalice did not do that. Is it because I warped too many times? Oh no. Did I even warp to the right place just now? I don't even know if I did come to the right spot. What's going on here? What is the meaning of this? So I totally missed whatever the warning message was there. Or the dialogue that let me know that the Chalice has apparently been emptied. I don't know what I did to trigger that, if I just took too long, because I had been using my normal like exit back out to the main menu to warp back to the pre-do, and then using the fast travel option to get to the next place where I knew the enemy to be. But now I'm very confused. Okay, I guess maybe we'll try to do this without. I'm not exactly sure how what we're required. How we are required to solve this little puzzle. But we'll start again. We will start filling the Chalice once again. This time with the Coffin Knight. Get these guys out of the way. I also forgot, by the way, we have a prayer. We got a new prayer that I have not been using. Let's read this again. What does this do here? It's Cyclopean Roar destroys organs and shatters bones, gravely harming nearby enemies. Let's try it, shall we? It takes a lot of fervor, but I kind of want to try it. Wow, that like distorted the entire screen. That was very cool. I like that. That seems extremely powerful. I don't know exactly what the radius was on that, but okay, let's try this again. Let's go back to the main menu, and we're going to go. We're just gonna. I'm gonna do this like I did before, because the Chalice is still like, maybe there is a time limit. You know, maybe there is. I need to just not sit around dwaddle. No dwaddling, no delay. That I just need to get on with the show and fill the Chalice with the next No. Is it because I fast traveled? That must be what it is. It's because. But wait a second though. I could have sworn that I did this fast travel to come to this place here. I'm so confused why this is doing this. I mean, maybe I just need to not fast travel. I'm just confused as to why the game let me get away with it once, but apparently not a second time. This is definitely a bit of a mystery. So, Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna kill this Coffin Knight again first, and then it doesn't seem to empty the flask when I'm just so confused by this. And now I don't exactly know how I want to proceed because it doesn't. It almost feels like the delicate flower a bit, similar to the delicate flower mechanic. Like I'm not able to use fast travel in completing this, but also it does let me use fast travel sometimes. So it's very puzzling. Puzzlement and question marks. Okay, partially filled. Now we're gonna warp back like we've done before because it seems the chalice seems to stay filled. Okay. I'll go ahead and bench to refill my little partially lost health there. That's fine. And now we will go and fill up with the Minotaur enemy. Okay. Enemy number 2. Enemy number 2 has been acquired, and now I should be able to go back to the bench. But this time, I guess, we're going to have to not use the fast travel option because that seems to, at least some percentage of the time, it undoes all our progress, which is very frustrating. So instead, I will have to make the travel by foot and elevator as well to get back to the. I don't remember there being another place where that enemy is off the top of my head. So we're gonna make the manual trip to the Wall of Holy Prohibitions. Try this again here. One more time, and you are out of here. Okay, chalice has been completely filled. The cup is filled to the brim with tears of atonement harvested by Mea Culpa. So we should be able to, if we're not using fast travel. The game, I don't think, classifies this as fast travel for the purposes of our Cup of Inverted Verses. And now, I need to remember what room we're going to, but we go back down to this room and make sure I have my relic on so I'm not dying when I go to a bottomless abyss. Okay. And down we go. With our cup full to the brim. And the candles are lit here. The candles are lit. And now do we replace the cup? So we do. And the door opens. And we get a 7th Mea Culpa shrine. Full level Mea Culpa time. Waiting for the achievement to unlock. There it is. Max level Mea Culpa. Oh, baby. Feels good. And now, the final ability has unlocked. Bleeding Miracle. Reaches mastery in the technique of casting Blessed Blood. After launching, the projectile causes a sacred explosion at the furthest point from its trajectory, causing additional damage. It consumes fervor. It does not attack upward. I think we had learned that before because the description is available to us even before you have the ability to unlock it. So I think we knew that it's not going to help us reach Children of Moonlight or any other anything else that is above the Penitent one. So, but this is still very cool. Not going to unlock that just this second because I have other things potentially to spend my tears on, but that's so hype. Max level sword. And then this is, I think, connecting us back to here. Wow, there just so happens to be one of these enemies in the Echoes of Salt nearby. Okay, cool. I had forgotten totally that they were in this area, but that's a cool one. That is a good one. We probably, I think it would also be, maybe while we are here, since we're in the neighborhood, let's go ahead and... That's sweet. We had to find that other Mea Culpa shrine somewhere. Would not have guessed that it was going to be a part of... I can actually kill those in one series of attacks before they resurface. That's nice. But yeah. Full power sword. And now I wanted to head down, as I saw on the map. Oh, we can try... Oh, no, I don't... I haven't unlocked the new fervor ranged attack yet. But what we can do is utilize this empty bile flask that we have sitting in our inventory, even though we're not using flasks at the moment while we're doing this backtracking. But is this the final flask upgrade? Refill empty biliary vessel in exchange for only $22.50. It was such a low price compared to the other things now that we have to purchase. For a second, my brain wasn't sure if this prompt was acting correctly, given the fact that we're using this greed sword heart. I think this is correct. We want to refill the empty bile flask for said amount of tiers, and there's no achievement that unlocks, so it's may not be the last bile flask or empty bile flask to find out in the world, but it is one that has now been turned in, because I think if we... What is the prompt now? Restore... Yeah, that is the normal prompt of just getting a fill up at the flask station. So that works the way that I would think. That would be such a terrible waste of 2,000 tiers to fill up flasks that aren't even available to us. So there we go. Oh, this is interesting. We could actually get down to the bottom, which is where I want to go. We could get down to the bottom by removing temporarily our blood perpetuated in sand. Yes. And this gets us... Oh, there's an item up there. Oh, shit. There's an item up here that I forgot about. Shit. Oh, actually, this is fine, though, because we simply... Actually, this might be a little... Hold on. How do we do this here? We need to bring this guy down, correct? Bring down the elevator. I totally forgot there was an item there. I did not mark that on... What was over in this room, then? This was a health upgrade. It was an HP upgrade. That's what it was. Right. Boobies. Let's go back up here. I need to get that item. It looks like it is probably a rosary bead. It is probably a rosary bead. What we want to do is we want to put back on the perpetuated blood. Bring that back. Do this one more time. I can actually fall. I can actually just keep moving my character. I didn't even need to bring back the blood. I didn't realize I could control the penitent one as we were falling here, because, you know, we weren't going to a different screen. It's all considered part of the same room. But we have our... there were 3 remaining bones before picking up this one. Now we have 2 to go. The navicular of... Who? Canny who? The murderer. Wow. What is this name? Canny who, although clumsy, took advantage of his cheerful and jovial demeanor to trick merchants and... Trick merchants and clergymen with the intention of killing them and stealing their belongings. That's just like freaking... That's not even... That's just regular old, like, murderous intent. Good. Okay. Navicular of... This game is such a trip. Okay. Still don't know who the heck this is, but we are making our way down back. We have a Child of Moonlight that I think we can get here, given the 3 tongues that we now have. But also, I'm not going to use this pre-do, but also, I wanted to check in. Make sure we're going the right way. I wanted to check in this room at the bottom. Oh, we do need our miasma protection. So let's do that. Give me that silver lung. I wanted to check though with the. There we go. Child of the Moonlight is ours. 31 of 38. Still 7 more. There's still so much to do in this game. Yeah, I wanted to check in. Aha. Okay. So just wait around long enough and they hit the road. What happened to them? Oh shit. We got a knot of hair. Oh, it's a bead. I thought for a sec, I'm kind of on the lookout for a quest. I want to get more beads, but I feel like we need either a quest item or we need to figure out something to do with this sooty garlic, or maybe even this broken left eye of the traitor. I just don't know what to do with them yet. We haven't found, this is part of the backtracking process. Hopefully is finding, like part of me was hoping that these 3 sisters here might be able to do something with the sooty garlic. What do we do? Because that's got to be how we get, that's what we did before with the deformed, the deformed egg. We ended up getting the tongues out of that. So that's what I'm thinking, like this sooty garlic could be our relic that needs to just be transformed somehow. Okay, in the meantime, knot of hair. Tangle of hair knotted with the strength of 3 broken bonds. A strong knot allows it to be used as a rosary bead, carrying part of its unyielding strength to the wearer. Its unyielding strength, is that just a straight up attack boost? That sounds cool. I would love to get, we still have two more rosary knots to acquire somehow, some way. And look at this freaking 12 beads. Jesus Christ. Where is all that stuff going to be? I don't even know. I mean, there are things to do on the map for sure. There's stuff here. There's lots of backtracking still to be done, but it does, like, I'm having trouble in my mind thinking exactly where we're going to get all this stuff. Was this grave here before? Probably. And I just have a terrible memory. I definitely don't remember seeing that though. There is the bottomless abyss here, but it's probably similar to the rest, that it actually leads down to the cistern. Let's check this and find out. Just to be sure, we got to check all the things. It is this this place that we've been to previously. As I thought, we're learning the pattern here. There are bottomless falls here as well, but oh, what if the chest, what if that chest that I thought that I needed a double jump for, what if that's actually a bottomless abyss fall? Oh shit. Okay. So we did get to a spot that we've sort of been to before, or a room we've been in, but we finally got actually a new thing. And I figured these chests, I think, have all been prayers. I want to say without fail, these have all been new prayers to add to our collection. What is this one? Zombra to the resplendent crown, hymn intoned to the rays of the sun, which generously bathe even the darkest of places. Its blessing increases, oh my god, increases the tears harvested by Mea Culpa for a while. Yo, it's actually perfect to go along with our the greed farming sort of that we're doing as we are backtracking. So there you go. Zombra to the resplendent crown. Many yearn for these remainders of the miracle, but greed can prevent them from recognizing what truly matters. Never would I allow greed to prevent me from remembering what truly matters. I cannot hold your hand now that you sleep in the wind among the trees. I cannot speak to you now that you're singing with the midnight crickets. I cannot see you now that you're looking from the sun into the hot sand, and I cannot forget you, for you will always be part of me. In memory of Mariano Soler. That feels like that's an actual IRL bit of lore or flavor that's been put into the game. That's what it feels like. We'll go with a charge up attack here to get this Child of Moonlight number 32. Okay, so we can take that chest off of the map. I have been going through several of these areas a bit more thoroughly. The Grievance Ascends, as well as Jondo. Nothing more other than the one. We got this one, this Child of Moonlight here, correct? I think I just forgot to take it off the map. But we still can't access this one unless there is a fall that I'm not thinking of. But I feel like there are just still some items like this one here down at the bottom of the cistern. We need a double jump for, man. We just need it. It's got to be here somewhere. We're going to keep looking until we find it. Until we get there. But in the meantime, well, I forgot to use it in this situation, but it does look like our prayer is going to take 2. Be curious to see exactly how long this lasts. I'd like to get a nice batch of enemies for us to... We can try it out here, though, because I am up against it in terms of I need to spend my fervor. How long does this last? Looks like it lasts a decent amount of time, but not crazy. So it's probably better to save it for like a big enemy that you know is going to net a lot of tears. Really get the maximum value out of that, because then if you leave the room, I think it goes away, doesn't it? Like every prayer that we've seen so far has a limited duration. You only get to use it while you're in that particular room. So it's a way for us at least to spend our fervor, which I've been looking to do as I've been running around here max fervor. But that's good. That's a nice little other addition to our... We're getting some fun additions, as backtracking is always going to do in a Metroidvania. You're adding to and filling out your portfolio of different options, but we're still looking for those relics. Gotta find them. I have a Child of Moonlight on the map here, but I think I got this one already and just forgot to take it off. Hopefully I'm able to maneuver through the ladders here. Yeah. Now, I did forget that this is a fall, but it seems like it's one of these falls that's just going to take us right back to where we've been before. So I think we just take the marker off of the map and move on with our lives. Oh my god. Yep. Not the first time. Not the first time that I've been introduced to that set of spikes. Oh my god. Well, is that our first death of the backtracking session? It would be a spikes death, of course, wouldn't it? Of course, of course, of course. Now, we did destroy one of these. Which guilt? Now that we... one of these, hold on, we're gonna try to go back to one of these guilt stations, the confessor stations that, well, actually, let's do one thing first. We have a confessor option now in the shrine here, the Order of the True Shrine. Is this a free option? Because that's the thing I'm curious about with the destroyed statues, the destroyed confessor statues. Does destroying them mean that you no longer get charged for the retrieval of your guilt fragment? So if we go confessor here, this is going to charge us 800. No. So now, did I destroy the confessor statue? Where did I destroy the confessor statue? I think I destroyed the one that was here in the wall, didn't I? So I'm curious to head there just for a bit of science to see what if something will actually happen now that we've generated a guilt fragment. Let's go to the fast travel portal and we'll go to the wall. Okay, so now we have this portal here. And still nothing happened. What the hell? Okay. So now I'm wondering if the only way to get something to happen is by destroying all of the statues. That might be a last resort option that we pursue. I don't want to do that just yet, but I'm thinking about it. Does, of course, put my guild fragment on the other side of the stupid ladders. The ladders that are my low-key most notorious enemy. most notorious obstacle in all of Blasphemous. Jesus Christ. Because it's like me pressing up on the joystick. I might be pressing it at an angle and not realizing it. I don't know if this is probably a user error situation, but I don't know. It feels a little awkward. I'm not gonna take this. I'm not gonna take this pre-do. I want to be able to go back at will to Albero if need be. Oh shit! Oh shit! There is something here. And there's also like an interact option, or is this still nothing happened? Well, what was that? Oh my god, you have acquired dried flowers bathed in tears. Olive tree petals vitrified by frost. Tears of true bitterness prevented the cold from withering them completely. Now they are an offering never made, lost in the snow before it could reach the sepulcher of the saint. We did give... That's right. As like a dying breath, we gave this item. We had gone to the the convent, and acquired and filled up the cup that... What was this guy's name? There's too many names in this game that I've only come across once or twice, and I'm having trouble remembering now, even though I took notes. I take notes on all these names, and I still forgot it because that's just how this playthrough has gone. Our poor olive tree friend here passed away just as we were giving him what was the oil that we gave him? I don't remember exactly what it was, but apparently you wait around long enough and you get some dried flowers bathed in tears. Well, I remember it with great sorrow. Ingracia was one of us, born in Albero like you and me. She was peculiar, however, because every day after a day gathering olives, she stayed in the mountains while the rest of us left. Some said they had seen her cry, and that's why we thought she stayed among the olive trees to be alone with her sorrow. Many years of drought raised the land back then, but although the other crops dried up and died, the olive trees on our hill would not. They remained the best harvests to everyone's surprise. This gave rise to the rumor that the olive trees were being watered by the girl's very tears. Oh, wow. One morning we found the girl dead, leaning on one of the olive trees. Whether she died of sorrow, we will never know. We buried her in a small cave next to the olive trees where she cried. The next day, the olive trees had withered. Is there not a grave or a tomb that we saw in that small cave? Are we supposed to take this there? Is that what we do? Okay, we have a quest item. We have a new quest item, and we also have a new bead, frozen olive, summer fruit trapped in an endless winter, born from an olive tree turned into a prison. Its frosted oils bolster the wearer's defenses when their strength is nearly exhausted. So a low health, defense bolstering item. Okay. Gemino. Thank you, lore. Thank you for reminding me the name of this NPC. Rest in peace, Gemino. As Gemino traversed the path of the frozen olive trees with the rest of the damned, towards the terrible hollow metal statues where those that awaited would die abandoned, He stepped barefoot on a fallen olive that had not yet disappeared under the snow. Without drawing attention, he picked it up and squeezed it in his hands, knowing it would be the last thing he would treasure. Dang. Frozen olive is now ours, and dried tears. And I'm wondering, it does feel like maybe the place that we need to go. Oh, this is actually a place where we could potentially fall. Let's check the map. I think it gets us to a place that we've been before. So, so we're not gonna fall off of there at the moment. We are gonna take that guy out of here and get ourselves. Is this it right here? This is actually it, I think. Because I left this question mark. We found the sus wall here in this cave. And then we found this tomb. But there is no interact option. Should we do the blood penance? Because that has had an effect in other situations, so we might as well. Should we equip the frozen olive? Nada. It could be that this is nothing more than just a kind of a flavor / lore location. We see all of the corrupted tree-like folk that surround the area. I suppose they are turning into olive trees. But it does feel like this is the girl that was talked about in the flavor text just now. Don't know if we're supposed to do anything. It would also be, now that we have a new item, to turn into somebody could be Tirso, but it also could be maybe something to turn into the saltpeter guy, and maybe this is a relic item. That's what my mind is hoping that we finally have another relic item. We'll find out soon enough. Now, in the meantime, we do have the ability now, as we've been backtracking up through these areas, we do have finally what we need in order to traverse these vines. We just need to actually put on the correct relic here. Let's do it. Give me those gnarled tongues, and out we go. That goes very far. There we go. Child in the Moonlight. Perfect. So we can take you off, and I think we can also take this one off because we're going to be solving whatever riddle there is. There's actually another... Oh, there's another room to explore, or another part of the level. Okay. Let's get into it, I guess. There's our boomerang effect that I was hoping to get the first time. And there is another set of vines growing out here. Okay. Once again, I don't think I want to fall through, because we're just going back down to Gemino, I think, in that case. Oh, shit. So if I walking away, unfortunately, does despawn the the deliberately paced set of vines. Oh, there is a sword heart here. Okay, a new sword heart. Heart of cerulean incense. Sword core that shines, surrounded by a clear blue mist emanating from small creases. Its scent mix with the smell of shed blood, increasing fervor generation. Regrettably, the mist affects purity, weakening attacks based on blood. Weakens your attacks based on blood. That would be basically the ranged attacks. Are there any other of these that are thought of as based on blood? I think that it's only the ranged attacks that applies to. Question mark? Now, I think I will go ahead and take the plunge. Just to see, because it has taken us to the edge Like, there is... I don't know. Let's just see. Let's find out. Takes us back to the preview. Okay. Takes us back to where we've been before. No big deal. Okay, a new prayer heart. And we are moving that. Man, the map is up to 97%. Very close to full map reveal. That is exciting. And I think that also probably puts us over 90% now in terms of game completion. All right, back in Albero, time to check and see if anyone is interested. I'm kind of hoping that Tirso is not interested in this.
Sorrowful beaver.
Good. I'm really hoping that the saltpeter friend, please let this be something. The tears must flow. They must be blessed. Please let it be so.
Bring me anything that can.
No. Man. I'm sad, guys. I'm so sad right now. Maybe, possibly something that we can offer. It does say in there, now they are an offering never made. To the offering tree we go. We must try. Okay. Please, tears. Be an item. That will be of some use. No. Oh, this is so disappointing. What do we do with this? Olive tree petals vitrified by frost. It's related to Gemino. Do we have to take it back to the convent? And also, what do we do with this sooty garlic? And also, what do we do with this broken left eye of the traitor? I am so... we need to keep backtracking. There's got to be somewhere, some location, some NPC that I either have forgotten about or I just haven't found in the right spot, right? And there are still a few of these. I don't know about the convent. The convent felt pretty well explored, but there are still some. Even like the wall has some mysterious rooms still. But our friend Redento, maybe. There are still mysteries that are out there to be solved. There is this room here as well, the Hall of the Dawning, which we might be able to find a way to fall to get to the other side of that room. So, backtracking still to be done. I think something that I do want to take care of before we move on back to our backtracking is let's use this other Quicksilver, and maybe that is our last Quicksilver upgrade, because who knows? Maybe completing Nacimento's questline involves more than just upgrading our flasks. Obviously, I'm curious to see what happens if we're able to actually help him out of his predicament. But who knows? There might be some connection to the last two relics somehow. So let's find out here now that we have made use of the empty, filled up the empty bile flask that we had. We can go ahead and sacrifice it right away. And we have oh my gosh, this costs 21k tears. Okay, we want to do this at some point. And the whole point of running the greed part is to get back the tears that we're spending. So this is part of the game. We do it, even though it costs a fortune, but holy shit. Okay.
With this Quicksilver, I bless the mixture that will recover your spilled blood.
Healing power of the flask has been improved. Is that the...
For your own sake, leave me alone. There is no need to think about what is about to happen.
I wish that I could not think about what was about to happen. but I'm afraid that that is something that I cannot get off my mind. So, so we are going to exit and re-enter and see. We have some nice, healthy size flasks there now. Holy crap. The dude has just straight up... oh, actually... Oh my god. Nacimiento appears to be done for. And... I have no idea who this is. Is this supposed to be Nacimiento? But in a very different form? A much older version? Or who knows what? Okay. There is nothing to do apparently at the moment. It's we didn't get an achievement for getting maximum powered flasks. Usually they've been giving us achievements for these sorts of things. So not sure if that's the last Quicksilver upgrade. Not sure if there is more to do with Nacimiento. It could be like so many Souls-like games before where nothing really ends super well for your friends. It's just it's not in the cards for them. Okay, but this newly birthed individual does seem to be alive, and perhaps there will be a progression to Nacimiento, question mark? All right, time to access the vines that we saw ever so long ago in this room. So let's get our perpetuated in blood ready to go. We do have to get the wind on our side. So let's get these timed at the appropriate interval. Oh, there. Ah, interesting. Okay. We got to go like up and around. This is going to make us do a little bit of a loop-de-loop here. Here we go. Ring that bell. And you are out of here. Okay, so item here. Whoa! Okay. Tenturia's skeleton. We're getting quest items. This one, I think I know what we will do with. I think I know where this one goes. So far, everything related to Tenturia has gone to the True Shrine. So I think this will probably follow suit. Remains of the novice Tenturia that were isolated from the rest, so she could not receive a holy burial. The nuns planned her execution in utmost secrecy, even without a trial or a report to the church, in fear it would reach the ears of the implacable inquisitors of the miracle. Implacable inquisitors. So after her condemnation, they did not give her the proper burial worthy of the sisters of the nunnery, but instead buried the remains of her body scattered around the vicinity, because it is known that if one's body is not whole in the burial, the soul will not cross through the dream. Damn, they really did poor Tenturia dirty, didn't they? She did not really get a fair shake at things. So now, we want to get back over here, and then we want to... hello? What? Oh no. Oh, Jay, there it is. I was like, what have I done? I've glitched it out. Ah, this quirky, wonderful little game with its glitches. I thought I was gonna have to do some, I don't know what I was gonna do other than remove the relic that was keeping me in place. And then what was I gonna do? I was gonna be in a bad spot. We have another item here. What do we have? Bead of gold thread, another charm. Bead of gold thread, a ball made of liquid gold spun into fine fibers. Viscous to the touch, these miraculous strands are avidly coveted by alchemists and scholars. The passion woven into each filament seeps into the sacred bile flasks, accelerating their use. So we've picked up a couple beads now that are pretty synergistic with the flask, although they maybe are not super synergistic with each other. The pelican effigy makes your makes your drinks faster. This one just kind of no, I'm sorry. The bead of gold thread makes you faster. The pelican effigy makes you invulnerable. So they're kind of like, it's like, what's the they're kind of serving a similar purpose, right? Too much synergy to put those two together, perhaps. Now, where we're going to be falling back to the olive trees withering here, I think. Before we do that, actually, it's probably okay because we can just climb back up to get this Child of Moonlight. So let's just make sure that we have, see, this is why I got to check, that I actually have the right, we're doing so much juggling with these relics. I have to make sure that we've got the right one on. And we do, in fact, fall right back down. Bro, this has happened before. This is not the first time that you have done that to me. Boy, those guys have hops. Okay. So let's go back and see if we can get the Child of Moonlight. Okay. Now, there's still a problem because we need a... well, I say we need a double jump. I think we do. I mean, I suppose there might have been a world there. I had speculated before that maybe the air impulse was something that we could utilize, especially now that we know that this toe bead gives us extra thrust. But even with that extra thrust, is it... like the ghosts, the bell wraiths die in 2 hits. I don't think I can get enough extra oomph, extra thrust into the air to actually get myself up. I think this is yet another child that we need a double jump for. It's just what it feels like. I could be totally out. Oh, well, hold on though. Hold on. Hold that thought. Maybe not. Because I have to remember there have been many. That was close. That was close. There have been many a scenario. There have been a few scenarios where there have actually been bottomless abysses that we could fall into, and maybe this is one of them. And I'm being a little bit silly, thinking that I think that's what it is. I think that's all it is we just needed to fall while wearing the correct relic, and then the Child of Moonlight is ours. Okay. I mean, gosh, am I really out to lunch? That there's... is it possible there's no double jump? Okay, we have Tentudia's remains, though. Or part of Tentudia's remains, so back to Albero. The only problem is that I think so far we haven't gotten a relic as a reward from this guy. It's only been tears, but I guess we also did start a quest line with Cleophas. Was that his name? And we got a sword heart out of that, did we not? But I don't think we've gotten any relics, but let's find out. Tentudia's skeletal remains, go!
The remnants of Tentudia have been gathered. It is now possible to give her the second true burial.
Nice, nice.
With this supplication, she shall watch over thee.
Bring all the offerings to Ludovico? Ludovico? There was a V in place of a U there, but I think you're supposed to say it as a U. We've brought all the offerings, and we did not get a relic. We do get a prayer, though. Debla of the Lights summons a beam of heavenly light to the position of the penitent one. It punishes nearby enemies with merciless strength. Eyes I have, but thee I cannot see. Your lights of fire blind me inside. Up in the sky there fly wax pigeons, which melt their wings, sowing the land. If you call me, let me burn. Eyes and flesh, hands and hair. I want to see thee, but I cannot. Debla of the Lights. That also sounds badass. How much does it cost? Only 2. We'll try that at a later date. For now, we'll keep our greed prayer on for use. Now the question is, where to next? We can at least check in the inside of the shrine here just to see if anything would have changed from us turning in that last bit of Tentudia. Thankfully, Tentudia is now put to rest properly. We have to keep open the possibility that making a sufficient donation could net us a relic. That is a possibility here that we have to consider. So, oh wow. Okay, the window has closed. No answer. Okay. So dude has closed up shop. And he is at least not here anymore. Maybe he's somewhere to be found in the world, perhaps. I think the next place we will go is we're going to try to get here, because I think, let's go down to our fast travel, but I think we should be able to utilize our relic, our falling through the abyss relic, to jump to the side. I think there is a way for us to get to the let's just go to, what is the, I think this guy, the Ferris tree, should take us. We should be able to climb up through this part of the patio and fall over to the left in order to get to the correct spot, I think. So now that we are headed up, can we do this basically? I don't know if we can do this just anywhere. But it feels like we should be able to do this just right here. Do I need to get up even higher? But I feel like... Am I going to hit the side? It takes me here. It takes me here. Crap. So then how are we supposed to get to this other... Maybe it's opened. You know, we haven't been here in a while, and there are things that change in the world as the game progresses. Maybe we just needed to come back here. Hall of the Dawning. It feels like that's a door that opens from the other side. Right? Was there a bottomless pit at the bottom of the Ferris tree? I don't think so. This was our warp point. And then right, there is an intel corpse here, which I don't remember what it had to say. A sacred light stains the highest branches of the iron tree. Its brilliance penetrates its walls into the hall where she rests, shrouding my eyes in purple darkness. The hall where she rests. This isn't a reference to the room where Esdras and Chrysanta are, is it? Is that what that's talking about? Redento is still here, genuflecting.
Barefoot Master, what else dost thou want from me?
And nothing new. Nothing new. Do we have to put on every single... What happens if we equip every single toe? The full set. The full... Is it only 3? Did he? I thought he gave us 4. Am I forgetting something? I guess it's just the 3, huh? Okay. The 3... Wait a second! It worked! It worked!
The Master showeth us the continuation of the path. New steps await us under the cold stone.
Holy shit, it worked! What the Okay. I seriously need to be thinking more about combinations of beads, maybe, for some of these other puzzles or mysterious rooms that seem to have no other use, maybe in the wall of holy prohibitions. But yeah, Okay. Putting beads to use.
Barefoot Master, wait for me.
Oh my god. Okay.
Barefoot Master.
So let's zone out through this room first and just see if Redento moves forward. He does, and now we can move forward into new territory. Now this, you've got to be kidding me. It was here. It was here all along. The next relic. This is a relic box, isn't it? This is a relic box. Nail uprooted from dirt. We have a new relic. I don't know what it does yet. I'm a little afraid to look because I'm afraid it's not going to be a double jump. Incorrupt remains of the great pilgrim, founder of the order and comfort to his followers. His feet never stopped, always taking him forward in his mysterious wandering through Custodia. The bearer of this relic receives his determination and walks effortlessly through swamps and muddy marshlands. Oh. It's not a double jump. It is not a double jump. But it may, in fact, get us one of these things that I thought we needed a double jump for. That chest that's at the very beginning. That could definitely get us there. Wow. The lore. Let us read. And that fingernail was the one that martyr Nicanor ripped from himself when he was buried alive between spasms of pain after a cruel torture in front of his followers, who cried in silence, "Mother." The scenes painted by this video game. The fingernail, barely visible among the removed dirt, was picked up by the last follower who was lamenting such a horrid event when all the others left and whose name is unknown. He wrapped it using a piece of cloth torn from his own clothes, and that same night he went to the church whose congregation was the same one that had denounced Nicanor as a heretic, hid the fingernail among its inner bricks, and left. That was a run-on sentence there. My goodness. Nail uprooted from dirt. Okay. Wow. So I have not even... This game has been so surprising in the...
Those sins are mine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Where did Redento go? Redento? Oh, what the fuck? Help the pilgrim reach his destination. What? What happened, my dude? You weren't here just a moment ago. It's Souls-like. Your friends never get out alive. We get a knot of rose. Dude. Redento? Holy crap. Was this guy not maybe the most important NPC in the entire game? My goodness. Wow. Wow. Okay. So that changes things a bit. That does change things. Rest in peace, Redento. Rest in peace, our poor friend Redento. Has he just now progressed even more? Are there like roots coming out of him? Is that what is going on? The progression of characters in this game is so... It's very well done. And it's done in some very Souls-like unexpected twists and turns, which I love. I think... Let's not take this marker off the map, actually, because who knows? Redento might help us in some other way still, even in death. There might be more to Redento's tale. What else can we... The other thing... This is the spot here, right? We can potentially... Why don't we check this out? Let's just go straight there and use our new spiffy toy. Nail uprooted from dirt. Yeah, back to Albero. 90.72. Let's heal. And wow. Wow. It's not that far to go. It's right nearby. This is why I keep, partly why I've been keeping this partly why I've been keeping this checkpoint so that we can look at that. That is so nice. That is very nice indeed. Being able to walk through the mud. How much will it unlock though? Because my brain has not been considering, other than this one spot, right? This one immediately comes to mind. Because now it's actually pretty straightforward to just zip right there. And when we're done. That's all she wrote for that one. What do we get? Dude. Both knots of rosary rope. That is so freaking hype. Are you serious? Okay. Well, that's great. We got to do that. Let's go back and get our rosary knots. My goodness. Redento MVP. So freaking good. The one little concern here is they surely wouldn't give us an entire relic for just one rosary knot, right? There's got to be more in the world that I now need to think about. What places that we have gone through. Oh, I know of one. Let's get these. I know of a very important one, a very significant one. Some very low-hanging fruit that's been waiting around. Let's no, it's this one here, right? It's this one with Soledad. Oh, I've been waiting for so long. 2 for 1. Oh, so good.
Now let my fingers tie a new mystery.
Yes, please. One more mystery. You know it. Of course. There it is. En gracia. Max rosary bead slots. Boom.
The mysteries of your rosary are now complete. My task is complete, although my sins have now become unforgivable as a result. I do not know where I will go, but I am sure that it will not be to the other side of the dream.
You've been such a help to us, though. How cruel would that be for you not to get to the other side?
Is being extinguished.
None of your friends get a happy ending. It just doesn't happen, no matter how helpful they are. Oh my god, though. We have rosary bead slots. Ho, 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 ho. So, we're going to take out the extra thrust, but we're going to leave in elongated dodging distance, and then we're also going to add in our greedy beads. And what else? Extra defense? Sure. Why the heck not? Seems like a great idea to me. I also have to remember there are some other, oh, there was this one. The unyielding, you know what? Let's try this new one. I want to see, because this is just supposed to be like a damage boost, isn't it? Straight up damage boost? Question mark? The knot of hair? I want to see what that does. Yeah. This crown of knot irons could be cool as well, but this is a good build for the moment. Because now, okay, so the other thing, like I want to go back. I had been thinking of going back to this room. Let's just do it while we're here. We're in the neighborhood. Let's go back to, let's head back to Esdras and Chrysanta, because maybe there's a chance that they would be interested in some of the quest items that we've picked up. Is there any chance they might have some interest?
Hands hewn in the gold of faith.
Not Esdras.
Leave me alone with these lies.
Okay, all right, nothing new. Nothing new yet with our friends here. So, that's fine though, because this spot here, this is, well, okay, we could actually get this one as well, isn't it? Because this is in water. And now that makes sense. This is not a double jump. Now, I don't quite yet. There's still some Children of Moonlight here that feel like they need double jumps. But at the very least, we can go to this one. This is a major one here because who knows? There's like a potential... This could be a lot. There could be a lot to explore here. So let's head to this spot here because I think we should be able to jump up to this now. Right. Okay. And we have to put on the silvered lung. I don't think yet we'll be dropping through any bottomless abysses, but now this makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. At least this one does. Would never have expected an improved movement through. Oh, it makes so much sense now. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can get through to where we need to go. There it is. Now this should open the path to the left. Okay, dokie. Okay, and there's a Child of Moonlight. Sus wall. Okay, no sus wall there. But down we go into new territory. Wearing my greed sword heart. We'll see how much trouble that gets me in. Oh my god, that was... I got a little footloose and fancy free there looking for sus walls. I want there to be sus walls. Okay, which side do we go down here? Let's go down the right side first. Down the right we go. Okay. This is... Aha! Bones. One more bone to go, folks. We have now the hyoid bone of Senex, the beggar. Senex spent a lifetime fleeing pain, which caused more and more suffering to his tormented soul. Only when he accepted pain as part of his life did he find a meaning to it. Just accept the pain. Don't try to get around it. It's just a part of the deal. Oh, okay. 2 intel corpses here. Swap back over. Actually, we'll take out the silver lung. Give me that Shroud of Dreamt Sins. Half do not return. Everyone passes. Discover the last words of the 26 original corpses. Okay. We found all the intel corpses. What do these mean? This is another puzzle room here. Everyone passes. Half do not return. What? What do it mean? What do it mean? There it is. Okay, we have connected. We have connected to... Wait a minute. Oh. Okay. Okay. Everyone passes. Half do not return. I think what's going to happen here... Let's do a little bit of experimentation while we are in the neighborhood. Just to see... Oh. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Okay, so we're doing some counting here on these little... We're doing a counting game, apparently. Everyone passes. Half do not return. Are we trying to get, like... We got to see what the maximum number is. 4. Okay. So we get... Everyone passes. as in we put 4 on this side and we put 2 on the other side, because that's half of 4. Let's go with the first thing that comes to mind and see what happens. It's easy enough to do. I thought at first, my overcomplicating brain, I'm always just an instant overcomplicator. I was thinking some harebrained scheme of, oh, I need to like enter this way. I need to enter from the left and then exit through the right and then go all the way around the map to enter through the left again. Because I don't know why that made sense in my head. I cannot move. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, all right. So this time we threw the overcomplicated. Can't talk. It's been a long recording session, folks. Yeah, we threw out the overcomplication before it got to that. And that's good because the simple answer, as it always does, worked out. What do we have? A silver grape. Another rosary bead. A dead fruit converted into a bead in a display of clerical vanity. Its cold hardness passes onto its wearer, enhancing their defenses considerably. Awesome. Very, very potent defense charm, it sounds like. Confessions from Dolphos, Part 2. I must melt more beads, as many beads as I can. I need their silver. I need their embellished floral curves. The virtue of silver will adorn my lungs inside and out, and when I breathe, the pure grace of miracle will penetrate. It will embellish my stomach inside and out, and when I eat, I will be nourished with the pure grace of the miracle. It will ornament my eyes inside and out, and when I look, I will see the miracle itself. Very cool. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will wrap up this installment of Blasphemous. If you did enjoy the backtracking, if you enjoyed all the fun surprises and everything, please do consider doing the YouTube thing and hitting all those buttons down below. It makes a big difference, and I do appreciate it. This is getting interesting now. There is an item here that we can go for. I know that we can get that because it is about wading in water. And maybe there are some other things here on the map that need to be considered. I suppose there is a lot of water that we had to wade through in Mourning and Havoc. I don't know if there would be anything that we had missed down there. But it may be that each of these areas is going to need... There is still this... It would be nice to figure out what's going on with the Library of the Negated Words, the Skull or the Bones puzzle there. But it might be similar to Redento and having to equip all 3 of the toe beads, that there are just some of these other puzzles that require the correct beads to be worn. So I need to start thinking through bead possibilities for some of these mysterious question mark spots that we still have on the map. Perhaps we can open up a big door in Petrus. There could be some very, I mean, there's still more to get, right? We've got to figure out how to, maybe even this room here is solved by one of these. So now I'm going to be doing some thinking. I'm going to be putting my brain into a bit of puzzle mode. If you in the audience, I think we talked about this previously, if you do have suggestions or vague hints that you want to leave in the comments, please leave them with the appropriate spoiler tags. And I'm not promising that I will look at them, but if you want to leave them there just in case for the future, when I do get maybe get stuck and desperate, I might be able to refer to some of those. But please do follow the instructions to format the comment appropriately. And I am still going to try my best. I want to get this on my own, and I think it's more satisfying for both me as well as you all in the audience to see the when somebody's able to get those mysteries solved. There's just nothing like it, you know. There's nothing like that eventual conquering, not just tough bosses, but tough puzzles as well. And it's a fun aspect to the game that I was not expecting to really exist. And we'll see if we can make heads or tails of it, as well as maybe, hopefully, pushing toward some time trials eventually. Maybe those have, I don't know what sort of reward there would be linked to those. If they are indeed a DLC thing, there's still so much to do. And I'm still having a blast with this game. Until next time, folks, thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.